Very good. Okay, very good.
Good morning and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor number 573, presented by the Barstool News Network. It is Tuesday, December 1st, 2020. We've got all the boys
December
on the podcast
already.
today.
December already.
That's right. December, 573 episodes. I mean, like, time flies when you're having fun, right, boys?
Wake up. It's the first of the month.
You're locked up with a mask on your face.
Yeah. Actually, it's been a really slow year.
Yeah,
I'd say.
I could go through another couple of these COVID years, no problem. It's flying by. No,
Think so?
no.
Think you can handle 2021 being exactly the same as this year?
Not the full year, half a year.
One thing that it's all news all the time. So we'll get into the stories in a second. But one thing we will do later this week for sure is a review of Hillbilly Elegy, because I guess it's a very big deal, very important. It seems like the internet says so. So
Have you guys seen it yet?
Haven't seen it. Gonna watch it. Gonna watch it today. But I hear Ron Howard and Brian Grazer not getting invited to the Oscar party.
Uh-oh.
What?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, well, no, they are. It's
Oh.
just
Well,
the right
it's a
and the
big-
left are stupid, and they're always looking for some reason to write
It didn't
something
seem-
to
I
be
don't know,
inflammatory.
Maybe I'm an idiot, but it didn't seem that political to me. I know who's getting invited to the Oscars is Glenn Close and Amy Adams, because those two fucking killed it. But we'll get into that, I guess, later this week.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Hillbilly Elegy, big deal. We will definitely talk about it sometime this week, so we can get in on the big deal with everybody.
I guess I'm just a moron. I never see the politics in these things, but whatever.
Well, we'll find.
It's just
out.
about good
Just-
old American folk.
Just seemed like a good movie.
I saw some people that I didn't understand that, like, because of the tomato meter was the meme that was going around about like
Right.
the two Americas, like the critics and the audience score. But it's like the tomato meter is always fucked. The critics always think everything sucks. Like all the good movies are like 30% critics.
The
80%.
shithead score is the Google Movies score. That's the shithead score.
I hate people that look into it. Everything is political.
You
but
think
I
Google
so-
Movies is the worst, least
That's where the
reliable?
idiots hang
Least
out.
reliable. I do like. I tend to like the movies though where the critics give a really low score and the audience gives a high score. I tend to be a dum with that too.
I always go with
Me
the
too.
Metacritic
Yeah.
like user rating.
Metacritic's tough. The users are pretty fair, but the Metacritic is tough.
Can I tell
Yeah.
you guys a funny story?
User ratings are better.
I put a movie out in 2013, and we lucked out because the way that Rotten Tomatoes does their certified fresh is weighted reviews based upon like I think it's like 10 or 12 different outlets, right?
right. Yeah, the big outlets. Yeah.
And we were like, look, the movie we made is pretty good, but it should
Is
be
this
100
Foursquare or is it
two-step.
two-step? That movie fucks though. Yeah,
It
that's a good
fucks a
movie.
little bit. Should it be 100% on Rotten Tomatoes? Probably not. Is
No,
it?
no.
Yes. But
That's
because we were like dodging, we were essentially like moving through and like, yeah, New York Times gave it a great review. Variety, oh, didn't review it. Oh, what's up? Deadline, great review. We just lucked out on the battleship of reviews.
100%.
I got one bad review, one, and it was from a dude that I fucking knew, and like knew personally, like have paid money to do jobs before.
That sucks.
And I called him on the phone. I go, bro, did you look and see who produced the movie? He goes, oh, wow. Sorry, man. It was the only bad
Can't
one.
change it up, huh?
And
I know.
And
Couldn't
it
give you a
stars
retraction. Yeah.
It stars your good friend and friend of the program,
James
Will-
Landry
Will-
Hebert.
Will and Pat. Yeah, James Hebert. Yeah.
Who he's doing a new cool shoot. I saw some pictures on Instagram.
He was up in Montans.
Yeah.
Up in the
Well,
Montans.
he did a good
looking
job
like
in
a
that
mountain
movie.
man. Yeah,
Two
it's
steps, a good
cool.
flick. All right.
Yeah.
Nice. Well,
We
Pat,
hacked the system.
Pat, you keep hacking our systems and get us going with the first story.
All right, guys. Iran's top nuclear scientist was killed on Friday outside of the unair-conditioned capital of Tehran. His name was Mohsen Fakhrizadeh. I think that's pretty much it. Mohsen Fakhrizadeh. And he's not in motion no more.
Yeah, he got caught
Yeah,
standing
he
still.
was the guy who was Serpentine. He was the guy who was believed to be the mastermind of Iran's nuclear program, the one that's been a pain in our assholes for decades. Guys, check this out. He was killed by a remote-controlled machine gun. Now let's assume
they were
going
gonna get him. Jesus.
So a drone,
Yeah.
right?
By
Basically.
No,
professionals.
bro. No. This is a remote controlled machine gun. So like it popped out of a car.
Oh,
Holy shit!
well, it's like
Yeah.
a drone car, kind of. It's like because it like there was probably nobody in it, right?
It's like a bomb car.
Computerized.
Yeah, I think it's a bomb. It's more of a bomb car. I don't think the car was driving
It's
necessarily.
like the scene in that movie where the flight where it's like a scene in a couple movies. That's not good. That's not
It's fucking
good.
crazy. Well, is it good or isn't it good? Let's get into it.
I don't
Now,
know.
let's first assume that robots have not yet become sentient and this machine gun was being controlled by an angry human being who didn't like motion, I hope, which I think is the case. But
Yeah,
look,
right.
reports are all over the place. According to
By
one
the way,
report,
I don't mean to
yes,
interrupt you, but I'm thinking of Red Eye and The Jackal. Those are the movies where the guys are
Both
like, boats
decent.
yeah.
What's the Metacritic on those? According to reports, Motion was cruising in his bulletproof car alongside 3 armed security vehicles. So he was a real hot to trot individual. And he heard what sounded like bullets hitting his vehicle. Now, it doesn't take a nuclear scientist to know that if you hear bullets hitting your car, you want to stay in that car, especially if you fucking bulletproofed it. But Motion got out of his car for some reason. And a Nissan about 164 yards away, shout out Nissan, opened fire with a remote control machine gun and then self-destructed. Then it exploded itself.
Whoa.
Wow.
Sounds like a little.
That's
It
pretty cool.
sounds like bullshit, right?
Sounds like
Well,
a
it
scene
sounds
from
like somebody
Fast and
who-
Furious 7.
Yeah, who wanted to get away with it? Like they were like, all right, we're gonna burn the evidence immediately.
Yeah.
It just
like
sounds
we
a
did it.
little like bullshit because you're in a bulletproof car.
Yeah,
why
well,
the fuck?
That's exactly what I was thinking. It sounds like the CIA.
Sounds like we did it.
Very possible.
Yeah.
Very possible, guys. Weapons experts say that the claim is technically possible, but experts agree it's unlikely that those behind the assassination would choose this method because it's high risk of failure. So Iranian news
Is it?
agencies have offered contradictory versions of the events, which makes sense because it sounds like bullshit. Like, why are you going to be in your bulletproof car, hear gunshots, like, we better investigate? No, drive away in your bulletproof car, you idiot.
Well, so what are you saying? It was like someone in the car with him? Because why would he get out to die?
No, exactly. No one
Yeah,
knows.
no one knows,
People are freaking out though, guys, because this guy was the dude when it came to nuclear shit in Iran, and I don't think Iran's cranking a lot of these guys out. Honestly, you know.
Well, if it wasn't us that killed him, then he just created a huge bomb for them, and they had to get rid of the evidence.
Maybe.
Yeah,
no,
or somebody else with like a super awesome car. I mean,
could be Israel. People are saying Israel.
they
Now,
have that kind of a car. I mean,
yeah.
there can only be a handful of countries that can produce this car and get it on that street.
That's true. Reverse engineer it from the car, and you found your culprit.
but the
Talk
car
about sending in the
blew
car.
itself up.
Yeah.
The
Right.
car blew itself up, guys.
Yeah, the car
What?
sent in the car on itself.
Yeah, it
Jesus.
self-destructed. Mission Impossible style. Guys, hardos from Iran they demonstrated in Tehran outside the residence of President Hassan Rouhani's house on Friday night, calling for war with the U.S.
Oh, well, they don't know it's
saying-
us.
Yeah, they don't know it's us. Iran has blamed Israel for the attack and said that the operation bore hallmarks of Israeli foreign intelligence agency, the Mossad.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, and Iran has provided no evidence for Israeli involvement.
They're
And
just
Israel,
saying it's the U.S. and Israel.
well, if it's Israel, then it's the U.S. because we're bedfellows. We're tight little dirty
right?
little
So
bedfellows.
they're just saying like it's got to be them.
Circumcised bedfellows.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now, Israel has neither denied or confirmed that they were involved. The Iranians have vowed retribution, but my guess is that it won't be through its nuclear program. You know what I mean? Because again,
Tough year for Iran, man. They,
this was the dude.
yeah. They've fallen on some hard luck. They had the passenger plane that they exploded themselves over their airport earlier this year, and then now this. Your top guy gets Mission Impossible card.
You know, the second smartest guy in Iran's just looking at this guy's notes, and he's like, "I have no idea. I have no
what is
idea
this?
what
And
this says."
Soleimani.
It's
too.
all
Yeah,
Greek
just-
to me, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Bobby.
Yeah.
He's like that fat guy in Jurassic Park. Like nobody
Yeah.
knows. Like you didn't.
You didn't say the magic word.
Yeah, Newman. What was the thing he said when the guy rolls up to meet him for the meeting and he's like, keep it down, and he's like, we got Grant here. What's the guy's name? He's got we got so and so here. No one cares.
Yeah.
That's a fun scene. Guys, so essentially, like, Iran vowing retribution is the equivalent of like cutting off a schoolyard bully's hands and then him vowing to get back at you. Like, how's he gonna do it with his wit? You took away his weapons.
It's man screams at clouds scenario.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
an empty threat.
Yeah, I see a few more American flags on pieces of paper being burned in the Iranian parliament this week coming up. So
Big time, guys. All right, so here's the tea. An unnamed Israeli senior official involved in tracking Iranian nuclear activity was quoted by the New York Times saying that, quote, Iran's aspirations for nuclear weapons, prompted by Mr. Fakhrezdeh, pose such a menace that the world should thank Israel. So kind of maybe took a little credit there.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
guys,
that does sound like that's like OJ's book. If I were to do it,
If I would have done it. Yeah.
yeah, if I would have
yeah.
done it,
yeah.
yeah, I need money to pay off my mortgage, and I murdered people, so this is how I'm paying that mortgage. According to the BBC, guys, analysts have speculated that the latest assassination was not an attempt to cripple the Iranian nuclear program, but rather put an end to the prospect of the U.S. rejoining the 2015 Iran nuclear deal when Joe Biden gets in office next year. Now, I didn't really connect the dots on that one. Obviously, Trump left it. I don't see how this assassination would keep Biden out of it. But
I don't think they want anything to do with us. If it's an agree like that, if you're accused of killing their top guy, you're not invited back into.
Yeah, you can't even come back into the
Right.
circle.
They're like, yeah, we're not going to go into talks right after that.
Yeah.
So maybe that was Israel forcing our hand there. Who knows? But that's the tea from
That would make some
unair
sense,
conditioned
I mean,
Iran.
in terms of the
Yeah. Big story there. All right, guys. Thanksgiving just happened, and a lot of people were spending time with family or friends or both, which can be stressful around these times, especially after a year like 2020, like we hinted at the top of the show, when everyone's been cooped up and might be on hard times. I know most of us stayed at home, but was there any friction your Thanksgiving this year, Pat? You're the only one that kind of did anything.
Oh, I mean, yeah, there was friction between me and the ladies at the Comfort Inn in Knoxville because there was no do not disturb sign, and every morning at 10 a.m. they'd come in. But
that's disturbing.
Other than that, no, not really. At my house.
Oh, I thought it said do.
yeah, but you were
do
like
disturb.
famously, you like being walked in on by the help. So
Right.
I love it. I do
So,
love
I
it
mean-
secretly. That's why I sleep nude in hotels
That's
with
when
no
he's
covers.
single. Yeah, that's when he's single.
Yeah, sometimes I'll tie myself up.
Did you get to give off a little show at least?
How far
Just
did you
so
get in?
I'm tied up and gagged.
I like it when they get all the way in. I like it when they're further in than towards the door and they don't know what to do.
I like to grow a big bush and tie myself up.
It couldn't have been. It doesn't sound like it. It couldn't have been.
Just start peeing when they walk in.
Just shrieking and peeing.
You're gonna have to clean this up later.
Yeah. They shouldn't have disturbed. But look, it doesn't sound like yours was as bad as the Friendsgiving in Chicago, where 29-year-old James Dixon was arrested for stabbing 52-year-old Vincel Jackson at Jackson's girlfriend's house at 3 a.m. You see, Dixon was hammered to the point of he was sticking his bare hands in the Thanksgiving sides, kind of like this guy. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well,
Scary movie too.
Scary
Talking about the guy with the
My
weird hand.
turn. Yeah,
Scary
take my
movie.
strong hand. So he got
hand.
so this
Take
guy
my
Dixon
strong
was
hand.
hammered, the younger guy who was a guest at the guy's girlfriend's house, and the guy's girlfriend was like, "You need to get out of here. It's 3 a.m. and you're sticking your hands in the fucking mashed potatoes." So he escorted Dixon out. But Dixon didn't want to go out quietly, so he took a fist coated in mashed potatoes and slugged Jackson through the door and onto the ground outside, where he allegedly then stabbed Jackson 9 times in the head, neck, and arm, committing a homicide.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he killed him.
Did he use a Thanksgiving knife or one of his own?
Well, good question, Pat. They didn't really specify, but they
He's
said
using the electric carver.
they said Dixon fled the scene of the crime, but was found 8 hours later with several knives. So I don't know which one.
Oh, wow.
They made it clear
Took the
that he
whole
had a bunch
cutlery
of
set with him. Yeah.
Yeah, he had the whole set with them, including the one covered in blood. He didn't get rid of that a half a day later.
Wow. Odd
Yeah.
choice. You think you would have tossed that one away?
Yeah. He like took a nap, woke up, and was like, "Oh, I got away with it." And then then they knocked on his door. Dixon's defense attorney, Patrick Ryan, said he was just defending himself, but the 3-time felon that had only a few minor cuts on his hands, which he probably got infected with the food he was shoving in his hands, is still being charged with murder and held on $350K bond. So not good for him. And that someone needs to go from the party when they're doing the hands in the food. It's time for them to go, but hopefully you got to pat them down, I guess. But look,
Yeah, that's a
I
real
would-
move. If somebody comes up, I mean, you're having to have words with somebody at your Thanksgiving immediately if they're putting their fingers in. it.
See, Will, I disagree.
Yeah.
Maybe you have words with them the next day when they sobered up. We can avoid instances like
Yeah.
this.
it was 3:15 a.m. So
Why were the sides
he's on.
still out?
That's a
that's
good
maybe that's
question.
what he was trying to like say, like, get these out of here. It's
They were in the
3:15
danger
a.m.
zone at that point.
You're going to
right?
get flies here. I bet Dixon, though, has a lot of debt. And had he consolidated it, maybe he wouldn't have been so eager to kill. And I know I have some debt consolidation to do, and I'm going to do that with my good friends over at Lightstream. Don't be like like that guy. Gift yourself the gift of getting rid of your debt this holiday season. Yeah. Roll your high-interest credit card payments into just one payment at a lower fixed rate. Lightstream's credit card consolidation loans have rates as low as 5.95 APR. Auto pay and excellent credit. You can get a loan from $5,000 all the way up to $100,000 plus. There are absolutely no fees, no application fees, no origination fees, no transaction fees, no prepayment penalties. Lightstream believes that people with good credit deserve a better loan experience, and that's exactly what they deliver. And our listeners can save even more with an additional interest rate discount. The only way to get this discount is to go to lightstream.com/factor. That's LIGHTSTREAM.com/factor. Let me read you a quick disclaimer. Subject to credit approval. Rates range from 5.95% APR to 19.99% APR and include 0.5% auto pay discount. Lowest rates require excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply. And offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/factor for more information.
Nice.
You know, they're gonna give that guy a lot of shit in jail. They're gonna call him like mashed potatoes or like the sweet potato casserole or whatever it was. He's gonna have a fun
potato
nickname.
man.
Hey, potato man. Sides man.
Sides. They're gonna taunt him too. They're gonna like leave. They're gonna put their plates towards him. You want to shove your hands in here?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Look at Spud.
Yeah.
You want some sides?
Here comes mashed potatoes.
Yeah. They're gonna do the shoving of the sides into his face.
Absolutely.
Poor Spuds. All right, let's move it over to the next one. This one comes to us from P. Fitz in the Hardo Hive, and it is about the MORE Act, or the Marijuana Opportunity Reinvestment and Expungement Act, that will be voted on this week in the U.S. House of Representatives. That's what they say between Wednesday and Friday. It was supposed to have been voted on in September, got punted. Supposedly will be voted on this week. If enacted as currently written, the MORE Act would remove marijuana from the Controlled Substances Act list of harmful narcotics, which is very nice. It would
Get it out of here.
Yeah, it would eliminate criminal penalties for manufacturing, distribution, and possession, expunge low-level marijuana convictions, and impose a 5% federal sales tax on marijuana. The bill would also create a cannabis justice office to help people who have been most adversely impacted by illegal marijuana laws in the past. And it's very cool it's being voted on in the House, but you'd need an act of God to get that past Cocaine Mitch with the type of spending that it has on like the new offices on top of legalizing.
But think about the badge.
Right? So, yeah.
Think about the badge for that agency.
That would be like it would be
it would just exactly.
Yeah, it'd be pretty sweet.
It's called the MORE Act. It should be called the About Time Act.
Yeah, it should be about time. I remember this. We covered this last time. Mitch's response was that the study, like all of the funding of the studies that it would do, was a totally unserious effort. So he's gonna harp on the spending aspect of it to try to avoid the legality aspect. I'm not sure. It doesn't seem like he'll get through the Senate. Perhaps next session when the Republicans, have like less of an edge. But I don't know. I feel like anti-weed lobbies could still flip an elderly Democrat too in the Senate. So I don't know. Long odds to me to get through the Senate on the MORE Act, but it's cool that this is being like done all the time, right? You know, because it means marijuana legalization is knocking on the door, even federally.
It's coming.
Yeah,
that's right. All right, boys. Gonna go back to the soft corner on this one. An interesting topic. So hopefully none of you will ever have to hear the word child support or spousal support pertaining to your own child or relationship. I unfortunately deal with it. The Attorney General sucks $1,000 out of my bank account every month. Don't get me started, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but he sucks it to your son.
Right. Yeah, he does. He sucks it right to his mom.
Sure. You don't see him putting the clothes on the kid.
That's right.
Not doing anything with that money.
It's an insult that I have to be treated like that. Anyway, now when
speaking of the Texas Attorney General, he's under investigation again.
Well, he should be.
Yeah, that guy is quite a criminal.
What's he been doing with my money?
Allegedly a criminal. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens.
I see why you picked this story now.
Yeah. Now, when probably all of us hear the word child support or spousal support, you probably think of what a man pays to a woman, right? If I were to guess, I would say 99% of all cases where those terms are used in a heterosexual relationship are a man paying a woman. But don't tell that to Kelly Clarkson's ex-husband, Brandon Blackstock. Let me pull a picture. There he is. There's the guy.
Oh, what a salt and pepper beard he's got.
Yeah, he looking pretty good. He's a music manager. Pat, I don't know if you know anything about this guy or had dinner with him or anything.
Well, yeah, I know that his dad runs the company that was managing Kelly Clarkson, and they split.
Oh, hilarious!
Right, and then they're suing for back royalties or back.
And it sounds like the dad's suing her, and the son's getting extra alimony from her.
The son is embattled in a very ugly divorce with Kelly Clarkson, who just won custody of their two kids on yesterday or Monday, and now he wants Kelly Clarkson to pay him $436,000 a month in child support and spousal support. So $301,000 for him for spousal support and $135,000 for child support per month, which would be $5.2 million of year of care to himself.
That's gonna be a hard sell.
Oh, it can be a fucking impossible sell. Hopefully.
What is his whole scheme that he wants to like not look like because all the other rich kids? He's got to keep up the image of the other rich kids.
That's what it usually boils down to. Is once you set a standard of living that you have to maintain.
That's such bullshit.
That's bullshit.
Standard of living, it shouldn't work either way in those divorce settlements. Like I don't know, like. You should get your
unless
fair share, but I mean, like whatever you're entitled to, but
it goes to the ladies a lot. I mean, when I mean,
$430,000.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, equal rights, I guess, right?
Yeah, right. That's
just lower. Yeah, but lower it. Like give them.
It's a ridiculous amount.
$20,000 a month. Or something.
But okay, just to put this in perspective, so her husband and his dad, right, were commissioning probably at 20%. So that's the industry standard for music is 20%, and that's 20% of everything. So like when she was getting her TV deal, let's say she was making like $30,000 a day to be on TV, they were getting 20% of that. So like,
she's on The Voice and all that kind of shit.
My point is they made millions and millions and millions and millions and millions.
But they want the forever money
and millions, and they have the forever money.
The fact that she's
there's a
not
sunset clause
screaming about this every day or hiring hitmen to kill this dad and son is
I'm sorry, they're 15%
of
of the gross. They were 15% of the gross. So
50.
Well. Yeah, I mean, their kids are River Rose and son Remington are the 6 and 4. So
who has custody of them?
She does, but she just wants this guy to not be a piece of shit, to be a decent dad. She's offered to pay all expenses for the kids.
That's out the window. Just to leave them alone.
He's offering money. He's probably gonna get like the basic, like, you know, every other weekend, like one Thursday a week kind of bullshit. But he wants that much money just to be in their lives. It sounds
just to
like
exist.
Yeah,
He just wants alimony.
It sounds like she created two monsters that are going to be like granddad and dad, and they're going to be giving her people like her hell when they grow up. Her sons.
Kelly's got a long few years ahead.
And he wants $2 million in attorney fees too.
They've been her managers for 13 years. They're suing for $5.4 million in unpaid commissions as well.
Poor Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah, she's
I feel
going through it with these guys.
So.
Oh my God! Oh, she's got. Oh my God!
Okay. Well, hey, I got good news for women. Not a sentence you hear very often. Not a sentence you heard in that last story, but it's true because if you are a resident of Scotland, one of those things you have to deal with women that men don't is at least covered financially by law now, as Scotland has become the first country to make period products like tampons and pads free by law.
Oh wow!
Really?
Yeah.
I got a question mark.
Go ahead.
Is Scotland paying the plumbers' bills for the ones that have to unclog the goddamn drains?
So many
and
kids,
toilets. No, not kids, just irresponsible period ladies tossing their soiled napkins flushing them down the toilet.
We're gonna get into like where they're covered, and like they do cover like restocking. I don't know about what you just mentioned, but did you know the average female will spend more than 2,500 days or roughly 7 years in her life menstruating?
That's it sounds about right.
It's a lot of looking over your shoulders for bears. It's also extremely expensive. It's like having a pet between your legs. In fact, many women can't afford period products, period.
A pet that's always dying.
Yeah, So enter
Constantly-
Scotland's
It's like a
government.
Groundhog's Day of
Constantly
death.
injured, Yeah.
So enter Scotland's government, who last Tuesday made menstrual products free in public facilities nationwide. The bill passed unanimously, which is cool. The law requires that the Scottish government set up a universal system so that anyone in need of period products can get them for free. Schools, colleges, and universities will also be required to make free menstrual products available in restrooms. So they didn't say if the janitor was going to get an extra pay or anything like that. It went on to say that there are nearly 1.57 million women currently menstruating in Scotland. Not sure how they land on that number, like if they called every 13-year-old and 50-year-old woman and asked how it was going, but that's a lot of people that will benefit from this office. Awesome service, so great job, Scotland. Yeah,
There you
pretty
go.
cool.
It is cool. Yeah. And there's also like the pink tax. Like there's fucking like taxes on taxes for that shit in America. It's fucked up.
That is
Yeah, no,
cool.
I-
Yeah.
It's cool.
Don't they? Didn't they have like? I remember they had tampons in some places, maybe like colleges or something. There's some areas in the United States where they give them out for free for sure.
I think you're thinking about condoms, Will.
Yeah,
Well, no,
mainly
condoms
which
and
is-
tampons.
yeah.
I'm telling you, there's certain,
Another
I
win for
remember-
the
I think-
gents.
I
Free
think you might be.
condoms.
I think you might be thinking that they were putting them in men's bathrooms now because of like transgender, bathrooms.
Yeah,
and
they
stuff.
give them out for free
Yeah.
some places in
Yeah.
the United States.
I once got in deep trouble. There was, I guess, I had a party or something, and like a female guest wrapped versus putting it her tampon versus flushing it and versus putting it in the trash to be discovered and like embarrassment. She like rolled it up and threw it underneath my sink in my bathroom.
Ooh.
And my girlfriend found it and was like, "What the fuck
That
is
night?
this?"
That's hard to
No,
explain.
like down
Hold
the
on.
road.
Why the
No.
fuck would your girlfriend unwrap anything wrapped till she finds in the bathroom?
I think it was like because it was like underneath.
Because
there.
that's
She
what
was- she
girls
was-
do.
she
It was a
relating-
rhetorical question.
Yeah,
I know
okay.
why she did it because it's
Okay.
fucking what women do. They'll just leave it alone.
I was trying cranberry vodka up my ass, bae. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's this? What's this thing that someone clearly didn't want me to see in the bathroom? I better unwrap it and find out. It's not. I know it's not going to be pleasant for anyone,
She might
but I
have
got to
seen
find out if he's cheating.
She might have seen a string hanging out. Look, this will
I had no
cost the
idea.
government about 8 to 9 million pounds a year, which is chump change. So good on them. And people are pumped. Let's take it to the internet where, let me find my thing here. Here we go. Let's take it to the internet where Monica Lennon says about bloody time.
Funny.
Oh, good for Scotland. Good for Monica. All right, let's keep it over there in the European Union, where there's lots of genital news. Female genitalia there with the tampons there. Now we got male
Everybody
genitalia.
poops 1.57 million period in Scotland.
Everybody poops.
Everybody poops. Everyone's got genitals.
Everybody, and now we're going to talk about the male ones, the German male ones. So maybe uncircumcised. We don't know. Police in southern Germany in the town of Kempten have opened an investigation into the disappearance of a very large wooden penis sculpture that mysteriously disappeared from a mountainside this week. And it had appeared on the mountainside without explanation several years ago. So let me get the picture up here for you guys.
It's like a
There it
monolith.
Yeah, it's like, I was about to say, it's like the monolith, but funnier.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like
It's such a dick.
literally
that.
just a giant wooden dick, and it was hoisted up on the side of a hill, basically. So yeah.
Why is this news?
Well, so let's get into it.
I'll meet you at the cock.
Because it's just like the monolith. It just suddenly disappeared, Pat. It was there, then it went away.
It's actually got a lot of shades of fucking Austria, the
Right.
story from yesterday. So the local newspaper reported on Monday that the 7-foot tall penis had just been chopped down over the weekend. Nobody knew what it was, but all that was left was just a pile of sawdust on top of the Grunten Mountain.
It's like a super homophobic dude. Find the homophobes first.
Well, yeah, it could be.
I was thinking 7-foot tall penis is an awesome insult to any NBA center. You 7-foot tall penis.
Yeah, it's Big Z cut it down because it looks
Yeah.
too much like him. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could be somebody who just hated penises. It could be somebody who was like wronged by the statue in some way. Imagine if like,
He fell on it.
well, or
I mean, look at the view that it kind of ruins. You know what I mean?
It could have been someone that was
It's true. It's a beautiful location.
I mean, it's a dick statue. There's nothing else it could be.
No, it could have been someone that was like hazed, like someone got taped to it overnight.
That's what I'm thinking, Mark. Yeah.
Someone
Or
like,
like
in a hazing incident. Yeah.
Somebody who like got cheated on, and the picture was like of their significant other, and somebody else in front of the penis statue. I don't know. I mean,
this fucking view is ruined.
Yeah. Look at that view. It's just you got to get in front of it.
it's just all hog.
Who would
It's
do that?
all hog in that view.
Yeah.
The penis statue had been, sorry, it's chopped down now, had been a destination for hikers for years, just like the fucking Austria sign. And it even appeared on Google Maps. So could just be an angry citizen who didn't want his town to be known for a giant dick, where it was classified as a cultural monument. So Google Maps probably was the beginning of the end for this town and this penis statue. Local lore has it that it was made as a prank birthday present for a young man whose family didn't appreciate the gift, and then they just hauled it up to the top of the mountain and left it there to ruin the view. So, like I said, shades of the nobleman Fucko in Austria, who made the town be called fucking Austria. I think it was probably just somebody who was sick of the dick pics.
That was a fun story. Yeah, the people that are like the most fun in town brought it up the hill, and the guy who's the least fun in town destroyed it.
Yeah, because he's like, I'm sick of my town being known for a giant wood.
Well, it also could have turned him on, and he was uncomfortable with those feelings he was feeling.
Sure.
Still
Well,
not.
I don't know if we'll
that's
ever
not a very
know.
fun guy, is it?
I mean, I think it is a fun guy that just is afraid of being a very fun guy. You know what I mean? I think you should just embrace that he's a fun boy and get in there and, enjoy that dick like everyone else did.
We'll always be able to muse about who did this because the cops, although they've opened an investigation, since it was just trash left on the side of a mountain, there's actually no crime committed.
It was art. Well, it
No, it
was
was trash.
It could be. Hear me out. The guy that went to the hospital with 70 splinters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it didn't look very lacquered or finished, did it?
No.
It was just
It's piss poor.
It was a hazard, really.
Yeah.
His kids are playing on it. No, get down from there.
Imagine getting a giant splinter from the cock.
Yeah, that would suck.
It's the dad whose kids always got splinters from the dick. That's probably what it is.
I got a splinter at your elementary school, Will, because your playground was a menace.
it was all wood.
Ooh,
Oh,
I got
yeah.
a,
I used to play on that
I
thing.
got
Rusty
a
metal.
vicious splinter at Herndon Elementary School.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah, we
untreated
had-
wood.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Not a great, not a great playground. It was fun. It was big, but
It was huge.
It was huge, but it was very old. Very
Yeah, it
old.
was
Lots of murderers out of that elementary school.
Were there? It was so
Yeah,
big
pretty
that my
much.
parents would drive me to that playground so I could get splinters because it was an awesome playground. But
Pretty much all the murderers out of Herndon or Herndon Elementary, guys.
Oh,
Well-
murderers! Yes.
I've got
Terrence Dade, Keenan was Keenan there.
Are we sure there's
Keenan
not some
Oskin.
clear views in there?
Mhm.
Are we sure?
Clearview was my
No.
school. No,
Not in our
We're
neighborhood.
just potheads, bro. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
One of the only
No.
one of the only pictures I have when I was like
White collar.
3 with my dad holding me was he's got a big cigarette in his mouth and we're at that playground. The playground's
At Herndon Elementary, getting splinters.
Yeah, getting splinters. All right, we got one more for you guys, and we covered this on radio, but we had to bring it back. One of the most bizarre wedding highlights you will ever see. Pat, I don't know if you were able to check this out, but a bodybuilder from Kazakhstan named Yuri Tolochko has married a sex doll that he named Margot. And it was a fucking legit wedding. Hang on, I'm going to pull up a picture from the wedding. Here you go. That's a picture, youtube.com/Hard Factor News.
She's hot.
She's very hot.
I mean, yeah.
Wait, there's another picture of them
Okay,
together.
Yeah, she's got.
Oh,
that-
yeah.
Oh my God.
She's
that,
kind of
pink
perfect.
hair. Yeah.
Mhm, yeah. Well, he takes her on the boat with him. He takes her by the lake with them.
Well, he's
And-
ripped.
He's very ripped. I mean, she's got like fake tits. So basically, what this guy does is he just does disgusting things to the sex doll that he can't do to humans.
Oh, she's not real. Okay.
no,
Yeah, you
she's
didn't
an
see
actual
the
doll,
Yeah,
Pat.
she was
Yeah.
obviously.
I was
plastic.
saying she looks a little slow because she's always got the same look in her eyes. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she's a doll.
Well, he's a self-described
Psychopath.
sex maniac, or what he calls himself, and he
Lunatic.
he's a lunatic. He's out of his mind, and
he does the voice of the girl too
Oh,
when he's like, "Hey, hey, oh, yeah, that's good. that's so good. You're so hot.
He's definitely has recordings all over the house and like the 1,000 speakers.
Do you want me to rip your head off again?
Exactly. Yeah. This guy's ripping limbs off.
Break my arm off. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. She's
Punch me in the face.
Hang on, let me get the picture up.
I have an itch on my face.
God, wait, one more. That's
You
them
punch it
cuddling.
off. Oh, he's doing like maternity shoots.
Yeah,
He's doing like maternity shoots.
he loves her.
What photographer sat in for that?
No, that's himself, man. That's a self-timed shot in the bathroom.
Yeah.
No one's crazy enough to get within that distance of that guy.
Oh, looking at.
He's using the self-timer on the
yeah.
iPhone
Well,
there.
Yeah, there's a video that you have to watch where like they're doing their first dance and everyone's like cheersing them, and you can like pick apart the people that you know are just never going to be in his life again after that.
This guy's too ripped, man.
It's like in Cops, they're like covering their face from the video camera in the wedding.
Yeah, I mean, you have to go to like if I got invited to one of these, I'd go to one every weekend
Oh,
if I got
you think-
invited to them.
You think that guy holds a grudge?
Marriage.
You
Oh.
gotta show up.
I mean, he could just be a genius comedian. That's also possible, right?
No. He's
I would like to attend a robot wedding, though. You're right.
100%. It'd be amazing. He says, quote, I love being tortured. I can endure a lot of pain. I love to dominate too. Margot is capable of what other people are not capable of, meaning she doesn't feel any pain, and he can do whatever the fuck he wants to her. And
But what pain does she inflict to him? I'm confused about that.
He fills her full of tacks.
right. I think he just punches himself in the face over and over again.
He programs insults into her.
Yeah.
You're not even that strong, Yuri.
Okay, I'm going to set you on fire now and have sex with you.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
bear hat's stupid.
Okay.
Dude, look at this shit. Come
Pat,
on.
He actually took her to a real doctor to get like implants in her. So I think she's got like real like silicone implants in her because
You gotta get that when you're paying for it up front. Like the manufacturer's got to do that, right?
yeah, the upgrade. Yeah.
Check
I
out
would
this
hope so.
cat fight going on behind me. YouTube.com.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
So yeah, be sure to check that out. Just Google bodybuilder Mary sex doll, and you'll be.
You
enthralled.
got to check out the wedding pics, if nothing else.
The wedding video is fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shoving cake in her face.
Yeah, they're
She's so
dancing.
silly.
Sorry, she's a little quiet.
Yeah.
She's nervous.
Her family's right over there. It's just a series of dolls.
Oh, man.
He's sparing
Yeah.
some girl from being locked in his basement, like I said earlier.
Do you think the designer of the doll
Better the
showed up?
doll than a human. Yeah.
better the doll than the human? Whatever he's doing. What's that, Pat?
Do you think the designer of the doll showed up to walk her down the aisle?
You're
I
right.
don't know. I don't know who. What? Yeah.
I think it was whatever Yuri wanted. He got there. Yeah. No one
Right.
complained.
Yeah, I mean, if he's gonna marry a sex doll, he'll kill you. So yeah, he's do whatever he says. All right, and that's gonna do for Hard Factor. Thank you all very much for listening. Hey, the merch is still out there. Just because Cyber Monday and Black Friday are over doesn't mean we still don't need some help. So throw some merch in your cart. We will be on radio all week once again from 9 to 10 Eastern. So be sure to call in. 10 to 11 Eastern?
yeah.
Oh, my bad. I'm thinking Central Time. So call in. We need some callers. Hit us up with any questions. I know we're gonna talk the weight loss competition finale soon. Thursday. Okay. So we'll definitely keep you posted on that.
I got back on keto today because boy was it ugly this weekend.
Dude, I gained like 15 pounds.
Bubba
what was
asked
the
for like a
biggest
shot. Bubba asked for a shot, a picture, and I was like, yeah, a couple days late, Bubba.
Well, yeah, he asked for like a victory pose from everyone.
Mhm.
But I was
Oh
like,
yeah, well, I sent him one like right in the moment, but I had still already gained back like 10 pounds.
oh
by
yeah,
then,
I
so.
drank and it was right after half marathon. I drank like 10 water bottles and I had one beer, and I was like, okay. I mean,
Yeah, that water goes back on pretty quick.
It does. All right, guys. We'll definitely get you updated on that later on this week. But most importantly, have a great fucking day.